Jacob, how would you compare the duo of Jacob Warren and Princeton Fant to Jacob Warren and McAllen Castles? Is it similar? Is it different? How would you assess that?
That's very similar. I think McAllen does a lot of things that Princeton did last year, just in how athletic he is, how strong he is, just his speed and the things he's able to do on the perimeter is really cool. So you'll see that this year. See him getting really involved in the pass game and doing some really cool things with him in the backfield. Just a guy that truly comes to work every single day, both of them really. But obviously McAllen's here now, and so just a guy that I can really depend on, I can trust, and that I know will have my back when we're out there together.
Jacob, have you seen Ethan Davis progress over the course of camp, and how close do you think he is to being able to help you guys?
Yeah, man, Ethan's taken a lot of steps since he stepped on campus here, back in January, and he really looks up to me. I know you guys have heard him talk just kind of about our relationship, but man, he means a lot. He means a lot to me just as someone that I look at as, where I was at one point, right, and having not a huge understanding of how this whole thing works, but just trying to listen to the guys ahead of me, listen to the coach, and just buy into the process. And he'll be right where we need him. And obviously this season's going to be huge for him to just learn how to play at this level. And then obviously going into next year, to, hopefully be really ready to take over and be the guy.
Casey in the back and then Rob.
This weekend's your first game of the year. How surreal is it to look back over the past 6 years from that first year to now?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Things start to slow down a little bit, and you start to kind of be able to appreciate every moment. Just getting out of fall camp and just thinking about how, when I was younger, just dreading every day of fall camp and just not enjoying it, right, because I wasn't having a lot of success when I was younger. I wasn't quite big enough, quite strong enough, fast enough. But being able to go into just these practices and this camp and this season with a great understanding of who I am as a player, also just our playbook, right, just having a great understanding after being in the system for 2 years, having a lot of confidence going in and just doing what I need to do.
Jacob, from coaches to players to whoever we talk to, there seems to be a great amount of confidence in Joe at the quarterback position. Does that come more from the way he closed last season or the way he's kind of approached everything since January?
Just all of it, man. I think since he stepped foot on campus, I remember, literally probably one of the first days that he's on campus, he's already texting me, yeah, like, let's go throw. Like, let's go get on the field somewhere. Let's go find a park. Let's go, just try to build this thing, right? Because he knew that his moment would come and he needed to be prepared for it. So just the way that Joe's approached every day since he's been here, as a leader, as a player, obviously the guy's a specimen. Like, he's physically gifted more than anybody that I've ever seen at the quarterback position. So obviously a lot of trust in that part of his game, but also just how much he's developed his relationships with everybody on the team, and just how much trust we have in him after seeing it kind of proven in the last little bit of the season last year that he made a lot of plays for us.
Jacob, how do you look at the options on offense, especially some of those skill positions in your position? Yeah. It's a deeper room. Running back seems deeper than it has. There's plenty of wide receiver options, even though you lost a couple of key guys last year. Yeah. How do you view all the weapons on offense you guys have this year?
I mean, this is how you're successful in a league like this, and it's how you do well with a high-tempo offense, with an offense that's extremely balanced, right? You got to have really good backs. You got to have really good wide receivers. And then a guy that can really get them the ball, right? And we have all that, and I think that, we got some younger guys coming up in that running back room, but also in the wide receiver room that are going to have to step up and kind of mature a little bit on the field, right? And just be able to make those huge plays whenever they're called on, and they're more than ready. Man, I've seen it in camp time and time again about, guys understanding exactly where they need to be and going and making those plays that we ask them to.
Jacob, how different is the first game of a season to prepare for than sort of any other game is? I mean, even with a bowl game, you've seen teams during the regular season. Everybody's got all these guys from the portal, freshmen coming in and playing, new schemes, new coaches. Yeah. How do you even start whittling it down to prepare for that?
I think the first game is kind of cool because naturally you just get a lot more time to prepare, right? There's been a few weeks that we've been kind of looking at the first game of the year and there's no point in looking beyond, right? So Virginia's really the only people we're worried about right now. So we've had a little bit of time to prepare for them. But like you mentioned, man, the big thing about the first game of the year and in bowl games, the same way you said, was just eliminating eliminating the small errors, right? The little things like penalties and false starts and mental errors, being in the wrong spot or making the wrong calls. Like, there's just a lot of things that teams make these mistakes that are crucial to them winning the game, and just being able to focus on the details, protect the ball, take care of the ball, and execute where others won't be able to. That's the big thing about the first game of the season is eliminating all those mistakes.
I know they've been somewhat cautious with you and a couple of the older guys, just trying to get you to the start of the season as healthy as one can be. Kind of where are you at physically heading into this thing, and kind of compare it to other years heading into the season?
Yeah, I feel great. I really do. I know it's been, this is my 6th year, and you would think, the body wouldn't feel very good. But at the end of the day, I've, felt this pain for 5 years now, and I've gone into a season understanding, like, okay, I just had a rough fall camp, and my body doesn't necessarily feel great, but, man, this is the best I'm going to feel all year, right? So I'm happy about where I am. Obviously, there's little things here and there, just playing football, that you have to deal with, but at this point, I'm more than capable of dealing with the little bumps and bruises and things like that. So just excited to continue to be healthy and just, man, trust the Lord. I'll be all right, right? He's going to protect me through everything, and I'm just happy to get this thing rolling and be healthy.
When we heard from John Campbell Jr., seemed like quite the character.
Yeah.
Can you share some insight on what he's like as a player, but then also what he's brought to the room and to your offense?
Man, the biggest word with him is just passion, dude. Like, probably things that a lot of people haven't seen is just him, his fire and his drive, and the way he motivates his players and his teammates. That guy came here to win games, and he came here to be a part of this culture. I gave him a ride home. His car was in the shop or something back in the spring, and I gave him a ride home from one of our practices, and I was like, dude, why'd you come here? You know what I mean? He's like, this place just looked so fun to play. Like, it looked like you guys truly care about each other, and that's all he heard about this place was how much we love each other, and we were having success, right? And so he's like, why not be a part of that? And the guy's an amazing talent, you know what I mean? And he's going to help us out a lot, but just the passion and the fire that he brings for his teammates is amazing.
Anything else for Jacob? All right.
Cool. Thank you.